So today is the big day. My book is published. Here it is. It's called How I Take Care of My Home. The story is by me. The illustrations are by Anin. She was very wonderful to work with. So I just wanted to come here and explain to you guys as to why I made this book and why it means a lot to me. During my teen years, I actually dealt with self-harm. And self-harm is an unhealthy coping mechanism. It does more harm than good. And it's bad for you both mentally and physically. As much as I knew self-harm wasn't the right thing to do, it was the only thing that would ease my pain. Whether I'd be filled with rage or really sad, this was the start of my mental illness. Self-harm was the only thing that worked. So why would you stop doing something that worked? It was the only thing that soothed my pain. It gave me comfort. It was really a strange time. Now that it's been a couple years since I finished high school, I've been reflecting quite a bit, and I did work with some children, and I've realized how resilient children are. Children are so strong and they're capable of learning so much. And then it clicked to me, why aren't we teaching children how to cope with their mental health? And mental health does not equal mental illness, no. Mental health is just their mental well-being, their stress levels, their emotions, their cognition. And then when I thought back to my childhood, I thought if I learned techniques in school or something about how to regulate my emotions, what to do when I'm feeling sad or anxious or depressed or whatever it might be, because there are children that do experience those emotions. We should be teaching our kids how to take care of their mental health. It's never too early to talk about it. Kids are very, very smart and they're like sponges. They'll absorb the information and learn from you. Now we tend to assume that what kids go through is not stressful, but what we fail to realize is that that's all they know. Yes, I know that you understand how bills are stressful to pay and working full-time and all that kind of stuff. But the kid isn't at that stage in their life. Right now, what seems so little to us is the world to them. Like, it feels like the end of the world. So it's very selfish of us to assume that their stress is not valid and their emotions are not valid, because it is. What I did over the course of 2 to 3 years is I went to conferences about children and their mental health. I did research about mindfulness activities. As I was doing mindfulness activities to heal my own trauma, I kind of altered it to fit into a child's world. Like, for example, deep breathing is something that is super important for your mental health and it helps regulate you. But a child's not going to sit there and do that. They don't understand the benefits of it. So you make it fun and you add like a little teddy bear to it. And the whole point is to just watch it go up and down. But what they're actually doing is they're practicing deep breathing from their belly, and that will help them feel calm. I try to make it a point that if they do suffer with anxiety or these negative emotions, that it's not part of them. It's as if something is coming to visit them and they're in control to get rid of it. But it's not who they are. So it gives them a sense of control and comfort in knowing that they can do something about what they're feeling and it will help. I use the color blue specifically because blue is a very calming color psychologically, so I made sure all the pages had blue on them. So if a child was reading this when they were distressed, it won't stimulate them even more. This book really means a lot to me. I feel like it can help children, and even if it just helps one child, that would make me so happy. It's a really tough world out there, and our mental health is something that's often very neglected, and we neglect it until we're adults, and it's kind of hard to reverse the damage sometimes. So I feel like if we teach kids to be mindful of their mental health from a very young age, it can prevent a lot of damage, and that's the goal. I want kids to know healthy ways to cope with their emotions and deal with stress. And if they have anxiety or depression or whatever it might be, that they have some tools in their tool belt to deal with these things and they don't feel so lost and then turn to harmful things when they're older in order to cope. I can't wait for you guys to grab a copy of this. I worked really hard on it and I can't wait for you guys to read it. Okay,